Hey, good afternoon. Bob, Trade Genius, the 22nd of August. And as I said yesterday, that expect to turn around Tuesday, and we sure got it. Um, wasn't unexpected at all. I think the magnitude was probably a little bit bigger than I thought they're gonna take it, but they absolutely did a twofer. They well, actually a threefer. They crushed the bonds, they crushed the VIX, and then they crushed the yen. And so they used all that to push the stock market higher. And you know, like I've been telling people, these big moves like this intraday is not bullish. This is big money making room for themselves, making enough activities that they can start reducing size. And you're in a bull market when it's just grind up, grind up, grind up, grind up, merciless grinding up. That's not what's happening here. We're getting big swings down and big swings up, and then one of these days the trapdoor is just going to release. And so, you take advantage of these up days like the big guys are, and they're selling. People that were buying today are people who are covering their short positions. They weren't people buying new stocks because they think we're at bargain prices. Just FYI on that. And they'll use any excuse in the world. This is very similar to 2000, 2007, 2008 when things just started getting really, really hinky, and it just keeps people off base and a day late. And you gotta look at it. Here's Apple. That's still below the highs of its earnings report. Okay, so this looks like a head and shoulders pattern to me, and we're starting to get a rollover here in the stochastics. So just keep an eye on Apple. Google was a big push today for tech. You got to realize they take the top 5 or 6 companies and they buy the hell out of them, so they can lift the whole index up. It's trying to be as efficient as they can with the money they short it with. Okay, same thing. Okay, it's lower high yet, and this is overbought, and like I said, and we're going into the worst period for tech stocks. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Same with Microsoft looks the same. They're all going to look very similar. Facebook looks a little weaker. The report came out yesterday. That's what I'm saying. All of these FANG stocks have growth issues, okay, and they have competition coming. Some obvious, some not so obvious, but it's coming, and it doesn't have to kill their business. All it has to do is knock out the supports under these margins they have, and then there goes their lofty PEs. But Facebook is losing the kids, okay? And I'll just use myself as an example. I used to be on Facebook a lot, but now it's just either you're telling your friend something or you're screaming at somebody over some political thing, and it's like why bother? Now I just post pictures of my daughter when she does something that's different. So it's an easy way for me to communicate with people without having to communicate with people. This place is probably an introvert's dream, but I'm not. I'm actually an extrovert, but I just don't like dealing with all the mundane in my life. So I put that out there. Everybody could ooh and ah. We get some comments, and then I can move on to the rest of my life. But I don't buy anything. I don't click on any ads. I don't do anything on Facebook, and so. And we're the ones that have all the excess capital, and the kids that are coming up are not going to have Facebook as kind of a default kind of place where they go. They're Instagramming and Snapchatting, and they're not buying anything either. So occasionally you'll buy stuff, but not like they're going to hope. And if we go into recession, these guys are toast. But Facebook looks weak, and it's rolling over. Amazon, my feelings on Amazon. So their retail business is subject to consumers, okay? They can't fight that. Their cloud business is which is giving them all their PE multiple, and thus, quote-unquote, story, is we're going to be going from a centralized cloud environment to a decentralized cloud environment. Okay, it's coming with the blockchain. Whether you believe in the cryptocurrency story or not, the blockchain is here to stay. It is going to allow trusted transactions that could be held decentralized. It's almost like having a cloud and a mirror, but it's decentralized all over the world. And so you're not going to need these centralized cloud servers that are being built up in the Pacific Northwest, close to all that hydroelectric, water, and they're going to have to come down on their price to compete with what people are thinking are going to be better solutions. And the nice thing about it, if you're a small company, you could easily get in with one of these blockchain organizations, and these blockchains aren't with fly-by-night companies. I mean, there's some top-of-the-line companies that are creating these blockchains, like IBM and Fujitsu and other companies of that ilk, and they're going to be writing these algorithms, these smart contracts, these file storage systems, and you're going to what's Amazon's IP, that they have a big building with a lot of servers. Well, the smarts are in the software. So those are the companies you want to follow. Those are the coins you want to buy, and you want to be starting to look really hard at shorting Amazon, like pretty much like now. Nvidia couldn't get over its VWAP, even with this tremendously bold day we had today. Biggest update since April. Okay. Netflix is my story. Okay, so it hit the 165 like I said it would, and looks like it's ready to roll over again. I'd be interested in taking puts on this pretty soon, and definitely if it gets back below 165 or it gets below here, then it's going to fail down $30. Here's the Qs. I knew they're going to push the Qs up. I'll talk about the trade I took today though. And I was long NASDAQ into this ramp. Gold held up pretty well today, and this needs to turn back up. While this is still above the yellow line, then we know, but definitely has to stay above VWAP here. So if it does that and bounces, then we're good to go. We're still making higher lows and higher highs. IWM, I went ahead and bought the 134.50s today at $1.08, and that was for 2 weeks out. Well, actually almost 3 weeks out, the first week of September. And then I went ahead and I sold 134.50 for this Friday. So my net cost of the trade is 88 cents. And IWM has been the weak sister, and so my expectation is for this to roll down and soon, and then I'll just keep putting either a calendar on or a spread on, and hopefully to make money, obviously. But if I don't, I'll at least get my costs down there pretty cheap. Like I said, consolidation day for the miners. Pretty much across the board. Mosaic still struggling. Silver stayed flat, which was interesting. CCJ ran up to the VWAP and then it sold off hard. So I don't know all this story about the reflation trade. I sure as heck don't see it. Okay, so you got chemical rolling over. You got oil that had shot out like a cannon before the open. Basically sold off all day, and it sold off into its report. It's going nowhere so far. And then I think we get up to copper, we'll see that copper starting to wiggle a little bit too. Natural gas sold off today. So I don't know. I see deflationary impulses. I don't see reinflationary impulses anywhere. This is one I just kind of mentioned verbally yesterday. I should just take these trades when I mention them because they always gap up on me the next morning. I don't think I have that kind of influence, so it's not that. And nice pop, climbed up, and if you're in it, probably a good place to take profit on it. Still in my dust puts, 26-25 spread for this Friday, and I'm likely to I'll wait till like Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll roll into the following Friday. Just the long put leg. Okay, banks are still trying to get up to VWAP. I just don't see they make it. I just don't understand why they even got bid today. You know, I don't know where the banks make money, to be honest with you, other than the Fed, and the Fed's going to start reducing their balance sheet. So again, I just think this is just a short covering rip to get people out, but I don't think it's going to last, and probably be a good place to short this here probably after the Jackson Hole meeting. And why the heck do they get to go to really nice places on my nickel, you know? Here's AG. Okay, we bought it yesterday, 640. It's a good trade. I'm gonna hold it. You know, I put my stop way down, like 6. I don't think it's gonna get there, and I'm probably likely to add to this trade myself. DVAs is flat now. They just killed the food companies. I mean, the food commodities. Amazing to me. Oil, like I said, it was flat today. Dust, you know, it's up, but it's already pushing up into an overbought situation. Here it is, big yen, 0.61 down. It's this funding source. JJG's is still sitting there. Pretty amazing to me. I don't know how farmers around the world are able to survive, to be honest with you, at these prices. Here's copper. Copper's still holding up, and so I'd keep an eye on this one. If everything else is rolling down in the commodity space, you might want to see look for an opportunity here to short copper pretty soon, but not quite yet. Here you go. You probably could buy coffee here at this price. Anything around 17 has been a good trade in the past, so I would probably recommend it tomorrow. If it's still below 17, if it doesn't gap up on me, I'll put it out there as a buy signal. I have corn December futures contracts, and I bought them pretty cheaply, but I'm still $200 down on it on a futures contract. It just keeps grinding. I think the only thing that'll probably save me at this point is if the weather comes in as expected in September and put a freeze on before they get some of the crop out of the ground. Okay, like I said, miners sitting. Drip. I was going to recommend a puts on drip, but as soon as it sold off, it kind of started drifting back, and I just lost interest in it. But I just don't trust the oil market, so we're going into a season where maybe it's getting a little weaker, so I may just put this trade on the shelf. Same with nat gas. Sugar here is getting a bit of a bid. That's what that's what gives me some hope that coffee may roll with it here. That's a nice recovery from the 17th. And 27 has been a good place to buy sugar too in the past. It's just really illiquid. That's why I don't talk about it too much. Let's see here. Okay, wheat and precious metals just bouncing around. I'm fully covered with sold calls right now, and so just let those lose some value, which puts more profit in for me, and then I'll roll those. But it's having a hard time getting up over VWAP, and so it keeps bouncing and then getting rejected. So still not quite ready for prime time, but I don't care. Like I said, I'm bringing my basis down. Excuse me, about 20 cents every week on these, and so probably within a year, the trade will be free money for me. But I'm expecting wheat to push up pretty hard, pretty fast. Let's see if we have anything. Oh, did I roll through this already? Oh my gosh, I don't know how I did that. So let me just look at a couple things here real quick. I don't know what I did there. It's kind of weird. His UVXY, I recommended to people here on Thursday to short this. I bought puts. I bought the 35s. I bought the 33-31 spread. Closed them all off today, and I closed them off in here. I should have just waited. Look at this thing. It's just brutal. Okay, but I think it's probably done. I always do this. I always think that I made enough money and then it goes down another buck 50. Happened to me last time I did it. I did it here too. I caught this short too. I caught it here actually. And then I rode some pain for a day. And then a big gap down. I got out here thinking I'm really smart and went down again. So, but these are huge profits though. These are like a week's worth of gains for me in one trade. So I'm not belittling it. It's just that I get too nervous and I should just trust it more, even though I've traded this for years. And let's see, let's look at TNX. So they pushed this up today for reasons unknown to me, 2.21%. You know, everybody's broke, and you know, they just do that to create cash so they can buy equities to chase the shorts away. So anyways, Bob from Trade Genius. Tomorrow, my expectation is that they'll try to push it up some more. I think they're waiting on Draghi going to say something ahead of Jackson Hole. I think this is part of the push. And if he disappoints, then we'll get a pretty good sell-off. But my guess is that we'll end the week lower than where we are today. I just don't know what tomorrow will look like. Anyway, you guys have a great day. And like I said, on Thursday at 4 p.m., Phil and I are going to do a webinar free on the cryptocurrencies. Phil's been trading these for a long time. And we added them to the room about 3-4 months ago in terms of if people buy the advanced binary signal service, they can get in the room for binaries and for crypto, the advanced room, not the basic room. And it's wild and woolly in there. There's a lot of great trades. You'll make a lot of money and you'll get well educated. And then we're going to do a webinar on Thursday just to talk about the markets a little bit. There's so many things happening. The acceptance of the whole technology is starting to go mainstream, and then once it goes mainstream, then I think you'll see an explosion in prices across the board on all these currencies, and you probably want to be in, you probably want to know which ones to buy. We can help you with all that, and for what we charge for it, it's a bargain. You'll make a lot of money, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it too. It's definitely Internet 3.0 time. I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye. Oh, it'll be the Trade Genius YouTube channel, where you're going to watch this. You'll see live stream starting at 4 p.m. Bye-bye.